He was the icon of a generation. A walking highlight reel. Made over $200 million in the NBA and endorsements. Allen Iverson had it all. Fame. Flash. Fortune. But a few years after retiring, he was flat out broke. Not just struggling, bankrupt. A guy who made more than most people could ever dream of ended up dead broke. How the hell does that happen? This isn't just some celebrity meltdown. It's a reflection. Because what brought Iverson down is the same trap millions fall into every single day. Chasing money. Worshipping income. But never learning how to actually manage any of it. And that's why so many people stay broke, even when the money starts coming in. Let me ask you this. How much money has passed through your hands in the last 10 years? Paychecks. Bonuses. Freelance gigs. All of it. Now, real talk, how much of that do you still have? If that stings, good. That feeling is trying to tell you something. It's showing you the gap between what you bring in and what you blow through. Most people think the answer is to just make more. Bigger salary. Side hustle. Maybe win the lottery. But here's the truth, more money doesn't fix broken money habits. Because if you spend like a baller while earning like you're broke, you're not just behind, you're digging yourself deeper. Here's the part no one teaches you growing up. Money ain't about how much you earn. It's about how much value you create, and how much of that value you actually keep. There are only two sides to this game, producing and consuming. That's it. Money comes in when you produce something people want. It leaves every time you spend without thinking. Money shows up when you work, sell, build, or solve. That's your production. It disappears when you swipe, tap, splurge, or scroll by. That's your consumption. Your net worth is just the difference between those two. That gap? That's either your freedom or your chain. If you're producing more than you're consuming, you're stacking. If you're consuming more than you're producing, you're sinking. And it doesn't matter if you make $5,000 or 50. The equation doesn't care. Earn more than you spend, you win. Spend more than you earn, you lose. The crazy part? Most folks have no clue what their numbers actually look like. They don't check statements. They just hope the card goes through. That's not budgeting, that's blindfolded gambling. Behavioral finance has a name for this. It's called the ostrich effect. Stick your head in the sand and pray the problem goes away. But it never does. Hope isn't a money strategy. Clarity is. You gotta know where every dollar goes. Rent. Groceries. Uber Eats. That morning latte that turns into a monthly car payment if you're not careful. Every dollar is a decision. Every habit has a price. And if you don't track it, you can't change it. Period. Hold up. If this video's hitting home, do me a favor, smash that like button and send it to the one friend who always says they're broke, but somehow never misses a sneaker drop. You know exactly who I'm talking about. Now listen. Some folks out there will preach hardcore frugality. Live cheap. Cut everything. Count every penny. And yeah, living below your means is smart, but it's not the whole picture. You can't coupon your way to freedom. At some point, you gotta grow your way out. That means increasing what you produce, not just squeezing what you consume. The people who actually build wealth? They don't just budget better. They create value at scale. Graham Stephan ain't rich because he skips Starbucks. He built a whole content machine that pays him daily. Dave Ramsey? He's not sitting on millions just from yelling at people to save. He built an empire. That's not frugal, that's leverage. And no, you don't need to become a YouTuber or build an app. But you do need to think like a builder. What can you create? What skill do you have that solves someone's problem? The internet changed the game. You can literally build from your bedroom. Write. Teach. Design. Review. Consult. Build something once. Get paid over and over. But if your brain's stuck on buying the next shiny thing, you'll never have the space to build anything that lasts. Money doesn't make you smarter. It just turns up the volume. If you're reckless, it magnifies the chaos. If you're dialed in, it accelerates the growth. That's why lottery winners go broke. They got more cash, but they stayed the same person. So where do you start? First, awareness. Track your spending like your life depends on it. Because it kind of does. Every swipe. Every click. Every mindless purchase. Then build a simple budget. Not a prison. Just a plan. One that lets you stack some cash and stop living paycheck to paycheck. After that, shift gears. Start focusing on production. Not more hours, more output. Learn. Package. Multiply. This is how you build leverage. Allen Iverson didn't go broke because of bad luck. He never learned how to produce value beyond the game, and he couldn't stop burning through cash. That mistake? It's optional for you. The rat race isn't your 9 to 5. It's chasing stuff to impress people who don't even like you. It's living on the edge, paycheck to paycheck, pretending everything's fine. And the only way out is this: produce more than you consume. And make something the world actually cares about. So now you've got two choices. Scroll to the next video. Or stop and decide to change the game you're playing. Winners don't get lucky. They build different. It starts with clarity. It ends with freedom. Choose wisely.